Hey everybody, it's Cotton here, and we are entering Dragon Roost Cavern. So I consider this to be the first real dungeon of the game. I consider Forsaken Fortress to maybe just be like a big tutorial section for the most part. And yeah, so this is the first dungeon where we'll actually get an item, and there's like a real boss at the end. But first we need to take out these two guys here, which isn't very difficult, and then pick up one of these. I guess I can call it Deku sticks, but I'm not sure. So some of these can be either lit or they can be unlit. You can light them up by going to a torch, or you can light these torches by lighting them with the Deku stick. And doing that in this room here gives us a treasure chest. And we get our first small key. I believe that's actually our first small key of the game, so I think this is just kind of an easy way of showing us how that works and how dungeons work in, not only this game, but in every Zelda game. So here, this gives us a nice view of the dungeon. This one is, it's really not that difficult. I wouldn't say any of the dungeons in this game are really that difficult. Most of these are actually pretty straightforward. And what I mean by that is that, there's really only one pathway for you to go in most of these dungeons. Like, you're not really spent, you don't spend a lot of time, thinking of, where to go next, or, where you haven't been, or, trying to think of, like, where's this item that you need. It's kind of just, you go in and there's, just like one path for you to go. Oh, I hope that's not too far. Nope, there we go. I guess I could take that back with the Wind Temple, which is the last temple in the game. That one's not straightforward and not very linear, I guess I can say. And here we get the dungeon map. That one, it actually has, like multiple levels, and oh no! Oh, I was hoping I could make it. I think I spent too much time. But yeah, for the most part, I don't think the dungeons are really too difficult in the Wind Waker. That definitely doesn't mean that this game is bad of the sorts, I mean, I think it's a great game. It might be a little bit easier. Even on hero mode, like, it's not that bad. And honestly, like, hero mode, it's really not that difficult. It's only difficult, like, at the beginning, like in this dungeon. This is, before you get, any, like, potions, or I guess you could have bought a red potion, actually, but, this is before you kind of have access to a lot of things. You don't have very many hearts. And then here's another instance of us picking up an enemy's weapon, and they changed the button in this, so, like, in the GameCube version, when you would swing an enemy's weapon with the same button you swing your sword, which is B, but then in this game, they switched the buttons so that you press A to swing, and B throws it, which, that's kind of what's throwing me off around here, but yeah, I'm gonna use this to kill him. But yeah, you can also throw weapons like that, and you can destroy certain obstacles, like I destroyed that wood there. And I'm gonna kill these guys. I don't really need to, but I just want to get their chew jelly so I can show that off later, and they don't drop any, of course. And so here we are in the exact same area where we were last time, except now we have a small key. There's a couple of ways of getting past this. You can pick this up, pick up like either a pot or a rock and throw it at the bomb, or you can just spin, and I think I fell. No, I'm good. Oh my god. Or you can do a spin attack and do that, but it gets rid of that rock right there. And yeah, I'm playing on hero mode, so there's no hearts. Kind of worried with this 1.5 hearts here. To the right, we can't go there yet, but that is definitely important. There's a treasure chart, or I guess a treasure chest that holds a treasure chart, and so I'll be coming back there later to get that. But first, there's a few things that we need to do, though. No, no, don't hit me! Dang it, if I do not want to die again. I swear, like, I didn't really have any trouble when I first played this. I played through it... I've played through this game twice so far, not including this playthrough. This playthrough will be my third time playing it. This version, at least, on the GameCube. I can't even tell you how many times I played that. It was definitely quite a few times. I mean, it might have at least been 4, but I can't really put a number on it. And this guy's in a really odd spot. You have to make sure you don't hit that, because you might do that sometimes when you try to attack him and then you hit that thing and then just bounce off. And here... Oh, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Am I gonna make... Yeah, I'll make it, I forgot it does that, like, bubbling thing before it actually goes off. So here we have a new enemy. I don't know what its name is, but these guys drop golden feathers. If I can even hit the guy. Yeah, there we go. Even if he does drop one, I'm not gonna be getting that. Nope. Oh, I'm gonna try this here. There we go. You're supposed to sidle along the wall, but, you know, I want to be fancy when I do this. And then here, you just crawl across. You know, honestly, I think this is the only time you ever have to do that. Like, hang on something and, like, shimmy across it. I think that's the only time in the whole game where you have to do that. But I don't know, I can't really remember off the top of my head, and I want to get up. And there we go, so we open up this doorway. And we come into here, where we have, I guess, our first instance of a block puzzle. These are kind of a normal staple of the Zelda series, but if you pull out those two halfway, you can actually crawl under here, and you can get yourself a few rupees. I think we get about 30-some rupees. Not entirely sure. Doesn't really matter though, but you know, I mean, it's a nice way to get a couple of rupees. Kind of a well-hidden secret. You wouldn't normally think to look back there. You know, your first thought is probably to just pull all the blocks out. You just kind of want to get right into it. But here we go. I'll finally be able to buy a potion here. So we try to pull this block out, but Cotton, have you seen any filthy rats around? So he's telling us about rats. And let me see here. So first of all, like I said, you don't want them to hit you because they take your rupees. And man, they're really scaring me because of how low my health is. But where is it? Let me put the bait. So you pour bait around their hole. And they'll eat it, and then they'll sell you a potion. Yeah, it's kind of, so red potion just restores your hearts, and blue potion restores your hearts and your magic. Hold on. Okay, and since we don't have blue potion, I'm just gonna buy a red potion for 30 rupees. Normally I wouldn't do this, but I'm actually pretty scared about how low my health is. Plus I have so many rupees. Yeah, it's kind of lame that, like, you have to buy the bait to spread it out, and then you have to pay for the potion, but yeah, I kind of, like, really need it right now. But we have another chest right here, right out in the open, and we get the compass. And so there's a locked door here, and then a barricade over there, so let's get rid of it. Well, and this right here looks like it's just trying to show you that, like, you can throw enemies' weapons. So this dungeon seems to really, like, kind of still be doing quite a bit of tutorial type stuff, while, you know, like, incorporating it into a puzzle. It's pretty clever. And we get a small key to open the door that's right over here. And now we're back outside again, and I forgot to mention, like, you are actually, like, outside of the island. I mean, if you fall, it'll restart you from where you know, last loaded from, which would be the doorway. But, I believe this is the actual, like, outside of the island. And we have another locked door over here, but this bird's sitting on the small key, so we can just grab that. I kind of want to fight him to get a golden feather, but there's a way that we can like grind for all of those later, so it's not really that important for me to like waste time with. Let's see if I can get these guys. I can't even... Oh, he's flying into the steam! I heard that bird getting hit, or that bat getting hit, and I was like, what's... Am I hitting them? But I saw him like fly into the steam. Well, that's interesting. I think I made it like... I think I made that sound a little bit more exciting than what it actually was. I've never seen that before, so... Okay, and then I'll break this. Got some rupees, and I have a lot of rupees. But, oh yeah, like I was saying, I was surprised I have this many rupees because I was expecting to lose so many of them from the Squid game. Oh, and I guess I should mention that you can't take items with you through the doors, like enemies' weapons. And here, I forgot to mention the pot in the first room, but these work as warps. So you can drop in here and you'll go to like every other warp that you have in the game, or in the dungeon that you're on right now. So if you wanted to go back to the beginning, you could go through that warp, or if, you know, for some reason you had to save and quit, if you go through the warp in the first room, you'd end up at that one. And so in here, you might think you have to light that the other torch in order to get out of this this room, but there's actually a bunch of hidden enemies in here, and so you have to destroy all of these guys. That's the second one, and then the third one is actually just right up here. You just have to run into the wall and then get them. And then I guess I should also mention that this game added like double hits. So if you notice, like in one sword swing, I'm actually hitting them twice. And yeah, I mean, I guess it's intentional, and I really like it. I think it's really cool. Like, hearing those extra hits that you're getting in on enemies is just really satisfying. Especially when you fight the Dark Nuts later. Is it Dark Nuts or Dark Knots? I think it's Dark Knots, but it's easier to say Dark Nuts, but that kind of puts you know, nuts. Okay, whatever. We get a treasure chart in here. And so this one I believe is 200. If I'm wrong, like, I'll have the actual item up on the screen. I believe the first one is 200 rupees, and then our next treasure chart in here will get us a piece of heart. And just destroying pots, and even though I don't need to. Now this room can usually be a little tricky, but what you actually want to do is just get up here when he's about to attack, just move out of the way. And then, I missed it. Dang it. I took too long. Oh well. So I'll just try this again. And that's about to go, so I'm just gonna wait here. That guy is tricky because you're in such a small platform that whenever you try to counter or attack him... Oh, come on! Now this room, it's tricky because you're on such a small platform that you actually don't get a lot of time to, or you don't get a lot of room to do, like, a counterattack! Yeah, so he just pushed me off that last time, so you can kind of see where this room gets aggravating. But I'll just throw that and then quickly jump over to it. There we go. Problem solved. I died a few too many times that than I'd like to admit. But, yeah, whatever. And here, we have a couple of rocks that we can destroy with our bomb here. And then that opens up another warp pipe. That's our third warp pipe. And this room is actually the boss room, or the room that leads to the boss door. So you see the boss doors right there, but we have no way of getting across there, and we have no way of opening the door yet. So we can just head outside here. And there we have Valoo. And I think I'm actually going to end it off here. So Next time we will continue off to Sea Valoo and finish off the rest of the dungeon. I'll see you then.